Hello, my name is Garrett Singleton, and today I'm here to talk to you about the Innocence Project. Now, the Innocence Project is a nonprofit organization here in the United States that is committed to helping exonerate men and women that have been falsely convicted of crimes that they did not commit. And their means about going about this is by using DNA evidence here to simply just improve our nation's justice system so that nobody ever has to be falsely accused of something that they had absolutely nothing to do with or just simply did not commit the crime.
You don't have that letter? Can I see that? This is it. You still have it. This is like, wow, wow. Mr. Sheck, I'm confident that whenever the DNA test is done, it will show my innocence and this miscarriage of justice.
You're the best of the best when it comes to DNA evidence. This is pretty much known throughout the country, and I desperately need your help.
Greetings, I'm James Harden Jr. I'm writing you this letter in sincere hope that you could be able to help me and my brother, Jonathan Barr, regain our freedom.
My name is Jonathan Barr, and I was wrongfully convicted of a murder and a rape of my friend Katrisa Matthews, and I spent almost 20 years in prison for that crime.
I spent 15 years inside of prison.
I spent 11 years and 3 months in prison.
20 years, 9 months, 5 days in prison for a crime I didn't commit.
The system failed us, tremendously. It failed us.
What happened to this female is wrong, and the real rapist has confessed to attacking her alone. They allowed the victim to be shown mugshots. All the mugshots was in black and white with the exception of my ID. She basically focused on my ID picture, and when she saw me in the lineup, within 5 minutes after being shown mugshots, she identified me as her attacker.
It was a bite mark on the victim, and the odontologist said that my teeth was the one that made this bite mark.
There was DNA evidence that excluded us from being, the donors of the semen that was found inside of Katrisa. But I guess because they had these ironclad statements from co-defendants in our case, they still proceeded, we were prosecuted and found guilty.
I gave up in prison several times. I don't know how many appeals I filed.
I had just got denied parole for the 5th time, and one of the counselors that was working there, he pulled me. He wasn't my counselor. He just pulled me to the side. He said, "Look," he said, "Marvin, there's an organization out there that may be able to help you."
Now, this next clip that I'm going to show you shows Bobby Johnson, a man right here from New Haven, Connecticut, who was falsely convicted of murder at only the age of 16, and then at the age of 17, pled guilty to that murder and was sentenced to 38 years in prison. And now, what you're going to see here on the screen is a clip of him shortly after being released from prison and just giving his overall thoughts on what it's like to finally be back on the outside with his family.
It was mixed. I didn't know how to respond to it. It's crazy. I'm still trying to grasp everything now. This is crazy. Oh man, beautiful.
What's one of the first things you want to do with your freedom?
Spend time with my family. You see y'all crazy. Crazy people.
You're seeing some of them for the first time right now. What is that like to be able to see them so grown and something like just
wow. Some of them was babies when I was out. It's amazing.
what got you through this the last 9 years?
Just patience and love for my family and love for everybody else.
Now, when you actually think about just the absolute monstrosities that have occurred to individuals by our legal system and justice system, it's really just eye-watering, because no person should ever be put through something that so many individuals have been, where you're falsely accused of something that you had absolutely nothing to do with. Nobody should ever have to deal with that. And it's actually quite amazing to see just how hopeful Bobby seemed in that clip, and just how grateful he is to finally be back with his own family, with his loved ones. and just the absolute travesty that that man had to endure. It's just an absolute reason why organizations like the Innocence Project deserve our full admiration and just respect and gratitude for what they're trying to accomplish here in our country for our own people. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope you have a great